So, where were we?
So
we were making bad Nazi jokes before we started.
Off camera, we're making bad Nazi jokes.
Let's not say we did, guys, please.
They did not see that coming.
Oh. Anyway, so
hey, my shirt matches my chair.
Honestly, I just thought you were the chair.
Oh, that's the undershirt, right? For the NWUs, or
yeah, these are it's tactical.
Yeah, story. Are we back with like Peter and Jeb? Or are we with Beryl? Where are we?
Oh, we're still with Peter and Jeb.
All right. Yeah. So
exciting shit going on.
Okay. First thing we need to do is make sure your father's okay. That is prime. That's important. And as Peter says that, he does keep like a basic first aid trail kit in the Jeep, and it's got like gauze, just like it's a very basic kit, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So Peter's gotten that out and is walking towards the man who got shot.
Yeah. It doesn't look too bad on the surface. I mean, I haven't seen gun wounds before, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Just a shoulder shot.
Yeah, Frank goes, hey, well, the good news is it passed all the way through. The bad news is it passed all the way through, and it hurts like a mother.
Well, we can at least stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Well, let's get some gauze on there and then just put some pressure on it real quick.
Okay. Make a medicine roll.
I have a 0 in that.
I
have. Does that mean I just shove gauze in the open wound?
Here you go. I have a 1 in medicine, but I have a specialty in improvised medicine.
I am
it's only a 1.
You have at it.
You know what? I'll take that. So that would be. I mean, considering you've never freaking field dressed a gun wound, I'm going to take it. Do that, and we'll say intelligence.
All right. So do I get anything special for having a specialty?
Yeah, you get to add a +1 to that.
Okay, cool.
So if you got a 1, you're going to be rolling 2 dice now.
Save your dad.
Save my dad. I got 1 success.
All right.
The blood's not pouring out; it's a trickle.
Yeah. The good news is he's no longer dying. You patch it up. No issue. That being said, you do reckon that it's going to leave a really, really, really nasty scar. To which Frank's like, have any way you think we can explain this to your mom?
Hunting accident? Yeah, I don't know, Dad.
All right, but I'm telling her you're a lousy shot.
You know what? I'll take the fall.
If it doesn't cause family strife, you can both say you took me hunting and I dropped the gun.
Peter, you're a good man. You're an honorable man.
I like that idea better.
Yeah, I like that idea better too.
Family strife. I'm willing. I don't think your wife is going to come to the museum one way or the other. So
we'll just say a fellow. We don't have to name you by name. But speaking of fellows, there is a seemingly dead man that I just shot over there. I think we should go look at that.
Yes, let's approach with caution. And Peter carries his camera in the most affirmative action way he can.
Yeah, Peter approaches. I
don't think that means what you think that means.
People in the music.
Look, Peter's not doing the best he can.
Oh God, dude.
Sorry, I had to, dude. I had to. Hold on a second. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So
together there, that
oh, that was perfect.
It's like no, that's good on you though, Peter. We're supportive of that.
Yeah.
So you approach the body.
Is anybody with me? I'm not.
No. I'm going with him with my gun drawn.
Okay, yes.
I got a bead on him.
Yeah. As you approach, I mean, it's literally just like a naked old man, just like basically almost in like a Superman pose, except his face is down, laying on its side. eyes wide, no life in him whatsoever. He's got an open wound that you can see has been like rubbed completely raw to the bone at his temples.
And then and the bullet wound in the center of his head.
Yes.
So the antlers that you said fell off of him, are they anywhere nearby?
They're about maybe 3 feet behind where he would have fallen.
Peter is immediately going and like picking them up with like tools and bagging those antlers.
That's
Okay.
Good thinking, Peter.
As you look at him, like you remember, like when you originally saw him, this guy had like, I describe it as like a 14-pointer, just like an 8-pointer. I mean, respectable kill, but not 14-pointer.
We might need to turn the body over. Jeb, would you mind maybe moving that knife away from it?
Yeah, I just kicked the knife away with my boot.
Yeah, it goes just scooting across the leaves in the dirt.
And then I also try to roll him over with my boot. I don't really want to touch him with my hands.
He's a frail old fellow, but it's going to require a little bit of oomph from the rest of you.
Okay,
instead of just your foot.
Yeah, so I tried to, and then I realized that's not working. So then I just roll him over, get on my hands and knees, and just push him over. He's naked,
okay,
right?
Yeah, he's naked.
Yeah.
Wait. Where did the Hulk?
Pants go?
They fall off that.
Where indeed?
Okay. All right.
So yeah, you push him over. Yep. Okay. In fairness, yeah, he's got clothes on, but they are loose. Like this guy is much smaller than compared to the frame. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, just withered.
Well, I just imagine before he started chasing us, he didn't calmly take off his torn pants.
That's what the 5 minutes was for, Garrett. Obviously.
You need to gear down.
He had
to get
wrinkles. His britches off. Makes wiggling his tail easier because he was a deer. So so think about that. Okay, so but yeah, it's frail, scraggly beard, missing a few teeth. He's not a pleasant looking guy. Looks like he's maybe been in the woods for way too long. He's just laying on his back, Jesus style, basically.
Jeb, do you recognize this gentleman?
Do I recognize this gentleman?
You do not.
No, I don't know him from Adam.
Then Frank walks up and he's like, "Wait a minute, I don't know who this is either."
Thanks, Dad. Even when injured, you always good for a dad joke.
He's like, "Yeah, it's. I'm trying to take my mind off the pain."
You crack him up if you need to.
I'm not trying to make any judgment calls on either of you guys, but how do you guys got maybe a hydrocodone or any kind of Oxycontin or anything like that?
I just look at him.
Judgment.
I look at him dead ass and
Yeah, not on me. Meanwhile,
a second.
Oh,
I do not see Sam for some reason.
I see
him.
I do not.
I think our connection might be bad, Chase, because you froze up a few times for me throughout the session.
You're
just
totally
froze.
Yeah, you're
frozen now.
No, but your connection
You're okay
got
now.
here and there.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to reset our router.
Ew.
But regardless, for your pill question, none of us have it. But Bissette, you hear her meowing, and she just pulls out a bottle. No,
It's all right.
But with the small amount of white powder on her nose.
Yep, my cat's high all the time. With that, Peter's going to do two things. One, he's going to take a photo of this guy.
Okay.
Just the face in general, kind of whatever. Two, he's going to check and see if the Skinwalker photo he took actually came out, because he had to quickly put it in his pocket before.
Okay, yeah. We're going to say for that, we'll actually have to make a roll here. Let's say crafts or occult and composure.
I'm going occult, baby, with my specialization encrypted.
Yeah.
And my composure adds 4 to that. Yeah, my pocket's magic.
It's going to develop so good.
In the darkness of a man's damp pocket.
As he's running.
The moisture helps.
The running helps because it's shaking it, you know.
That's immediately 2 successes.
That's fine. Yeah, it developed. I mean, you can make out the shape of like what looks like the head, like a deer's head on like a really broad-shouldered man kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, you could make that out. Like, it's not like you'd think of like the traditional Bigfoot pose of like, it's just really grainy and out of focus. This is kind of like snapped at the last second, so it's not like, doing any like big dramatic poses. It's just kind of like turning around and kind of like, looking at you. Right. But I mean, you can make out detail and such.
Okay. Gentlemen, I believe this is what might need to happen. Jeb, you need to take your father to a hospital so he can get that wound treated. I am going to call the authorities. And I will say I was out on a routine hike. I came across this body and confirmed that it was a corpse, and I will handle this.
No, see, I was thinking about that, Peter. I think that's bad. I think we should all stay here and then basically just say that he was a crazy wild man living in the woods, and then he shot at my dad, hit him, and then I had to shoot him in self-defense. We can't deny that we were here. We'd run through the woods. We got tire tracks. I mean, we just got to just pretend like it was just a crazy man.
Well,
and Frank goes, plus, the muzzle on the bullet wound.
Frank, do you think you could wait for authorities to arrive? I'm sure they'll bring an ambulance.
He's like, well, I don't think I'm bleeding out any. It's honestly, it's probably the best story we got, because when you got a body like that, there's a lot of questions. Unless you guys want to dispose of it. I mean, like, I guess the good news is we don't have like a monster or anything.
No, I'm going to kind of hide away these antlers, and
I think that's good.
And then I'm going to pet my cat and call the authorities. So, gentlemen.
And so when he goes off, I'm going to check the guys, because he has pants on, so I'm going to check his pockets in the off chance there's still something in there.
Okay, you do find his cell phone.
Yes.
It is password protected, though.
It is what?
It is password protected, though.
Ah, son of a bitch. What kind of phone is it? Is it like an old Nokia?
It is like the kind of Android you can buy at a Walmart, like just a really, it's a smartphone, but like, it is like,
just barely.
Yeah, just barely. Okay. You do see a picture of a little girl on it, though.
Oh, God. Oh, Dad, I think I just killed a father. And show Frank the photo.
He looks at the picture of the little girl and he's like, well, I hate to be this kind of cold, son, but you were him,
Yeah, I know. All right. Yeah. So I brush it off real quick.
The good and the also that leads to an integrity roll, because you have murdered somebody.
Oh boy!
Well, killed somebody. Hold on a second. I need to write down some of these pages. Hold on a second. Integrity 74. Okay, so just what we rolled last time.
So composure, and then what was the other?
Composure and resolve.
Yeah, and hold on a second. We're going to have to throw some things here. You were protecting yourself, so +1 to that. Not according to your virtue. Protecting a loved one, that's a +2, so yeah, you got +3 to that now.
Right.
Nice, okay.
Technically that was in accordance with your vice, so that's a -1 to all that, so back to +2.
Okay. Just picking up and dropping dice.
Interesting. Okay.
Witnessing the supernatural violence, so now you're back to 0.
God damn it.
Killing in self-defense -4.
What?
What?
How?
Yeah, that seems a
That-
bit ridiculous.
That's
Oh,
just how it goes.
Extreme.
That being said, it can never reduce it lower than a 1. That being said, what's your integrity right now?
With all that, or just
No, just your
period?
base integrity. What's your base integrity?
6.
Okay, so how big is your roll pool right now, or just without all those modifiers?
It's just 6 because integrity is resolve and composure, right? So that's 6. Yeah, so it's just 6 because
No. Yeah, but you got to roll your resolve and composure. Okay, and your integrity is at a score of 6 right now, right?
I thought that's what integrity was resolve
Oh,
and.
there's the little bar like underneath willpower.
Thing that's
So you
Oh,
go
shit.
like where you're at.
Oh, okay, so
You
okay,
start
sorry.
at 7.
It's 6.
Okay, so, but you have a pool of 6 dice right now, right?
Yeah, that's composure
Okay,
and resolve.
Okay, you also have a +1 because your integrity is at 6. The higher integrity you have, the harder it is for you to lose it, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. 7 -4. That's your dice pool.
There we go. Okay. A nice 3.
Oh, and also you can't spend willpower to alter this.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna burn anyways.
Okay.
That's no successes.
The character's worldview has been shaken, and he probably questions his sense of self, his ability to relate to people, his own moral wealth, or his sanity.
Holy shit.
Lose a dot of integrity and choose one of the following conditions, or create a new one of whatever. Basically, the same pool that you get to pick. Guilty, shaken, or
Guilt.
spooked.
Guilt.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, it makes the most sense.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, your integrity is now at 5.
I'm just just real quick. I'm speaking as a player. I really call some bullshit on this. Like, he shot a fucking thing that was going to chop us up,
Uh-huh.
and now he's still mad about it.
Yeah, here's the whole thing with the game. It's the whole blurred line between like what's real and what's not. Honestly, especially with the whole him seeing that realizing that whatever this is had kids or grandkids or something like that. Now, here's the thing: it is possible to having a low integrity is not necessarily make you like a slavering madman. Honestly, if you want to become a serial killer, here's the way to do it. But that being said, you can also spend your experience to increase your integrity back up. So it's kind of one of those things like, be careful about looking into the abyss kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So while a storm is igniting in Jeb's soul over what he's done,
you're petting your kitty.
Peter walks over with Bastet and just is naturally petting her, and just, gentlemen, I've called the authorities. They'll be here as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm just gonna need a minute, and so I put the rifle down, just drop it actually next to the body, and then kind of just walk off in some direction and just stand by myself.
Hey, Frank looks over at Peter. He goes, "You ever seen anything like this, Pete?"
I'll be completely honest with you, sir. I've searched for this kind of thing my entire life, but I didn't really expect to find it in this way.
He goes, I think it would have killed us if it had the chance. I think it wanted to, really, really bad.
It would have certainly. It didn't even stay with its gentleman agreement of the 5 minutes.
Any idea? Like what this was?
I need to get back to my library. I need to get back to my books. I need to do some studying to figure this out. But I guess you can tell your friend that the skunk ape with a gun wasn't a skunk ape.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He pats you on the shoulder with his good arm. And he walks over to Jeb, and kind of stands next to you. Raffles through his pocket, pulls out a cigarette, and he kind of reaches over in his other pocket and pulls out the lighter. And he's like, "I don't suppose you could light me up, could you, son?"
yeah, sure thing, Dad.
Thanks, bum arm and all.
Dad, you ever killed anyone in Bosnia?
Oh, once or twice. I was on a tank crew. Not gonna lie, cried my eyes out. Guys kind of let me have my moment. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But like I was telling Pete back there, I mean, it was either you or him. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but what if he just didn't have control? You know what I mean? Like he was. If it was still the monster, that thing after I shot it, maybe that'd make it different. But that's a man over there, Dad. That's a man with a daughter or a granddaughter. Just different.
Yeah. I wish I could tell you what to do. I mean,
nothing can be done now.
I mean, this is what we're gonna be doing as a weird little hobby, this little hunting club. I mean, you're just gonna have to learn to shut off a part of yourself.
Well, I think it died, so I don't think I have to worry about it anymore.
While you two are talking, Peter's kind of walked to the other side of you, Jeb, and he kind of just looks at you and kind of put the set, kind of hands her toward you.
Perfect. Yeah, he grabs her and then just pets on her, and you see just the smallest twinge of a smile tweaking the corner of his mouth.
And Bastet, looks up at you, eyes glowing, and says, "I love you." And
Do you want
darkness descends.
Kill the pain.
Hydrocodone. We're gonna end it there for this little bit. Hold on a second. Come on, I can never.